The spread of Christianity throughout Europe was a complex process that unfolded over several centuries. It involved various factors, including political changes, social dynamics, the efforts of missionaries, and the establishment of monastic communities. This essay will explore the conversion of Europe to Christianity, emphasizing the critical roles played by monasticism and missionary activities. Conversion of Europe. The conversion of Europe to Christianity was neither a swift nor a uniform process. It began in the late Roman Empire and continued into the early Middle Ages. This transformation can be broadly divided into three phases: the initial spread during the Roman Empire, the expansion during the early Middle Ages, and the consolidation of Christian Europe. Christianity in the Roman Empire. Christianity first spread in Europe during the Roman Empire, primarily through the efforts of apostles like Paul, who traveled extensively, preaching and establishing Christian communities. By the 4th century, Christianity had gained significant ground, particularly after Emperor Constantine's conversion and the subsequent Edict of Milan in 313 AD, which granted religious tolerance to Christians. Constantine's patronage and the eventual declaration of Christianity as the state religion under Emperor Theodosius I in 380 AD significantly boosted the religion's status and facilitated its spread. The early Middle Ages. Following the fall of the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century, Christianity faced new challenges and opportunities as it encountered various barbarian tribes. Many of these tribes initially adhered to pagan beliefs or Arian Christianity, a branch deemed heretical by mainstream Christians. The conversion of these tribes often came through the influence of Christian queens or through political alliances and marriages. For example, the conversion of Clovis I, the king of the Franks, around 496 AD, was pivotal. His baptism by the Bishop of Reims not only established a powerful alliance with the Church but also set a precedent for the conversion of other Germanic tribes. The High Middle Ages. By the High Middle Ages, most of Europe had been converted to Christianity, although the process was not uniform. Regions like Scandinavia and the Baltic states were among the last to embrace Christianity, often through the efforts of missionaries and sometimes through conquest. The conversion of these regions in the 10th and 11th centuries marked the near completion of the Christianization of Europe. The role of monasticism. Monasticism played a crucial role in the spread and consolidation of Christianity in Europe. Monasteries were not only religious centers but also hubs of learning, agriculture, and social welfare. The monastic movement can be divided into several key phases and orders, each contributing uniquely to the Christianization process. The Benedictine rule. Saint Benedict of Nursia, who lived in the 6th century, is often considered the father of Western monasticism. His rule of Saint Benedict, written around 516 AD, became the foundation for many monastic communities throughout Europe. The rule emphasized a balanced life of prayer, work, and study, which made monasteries centers of stability and productivity in a tumultuous post-Roman world. Benedictine monasteries became places where Christian values and education were preserved and disseminated. Irish monasticism. In Ireland, monasticism developed uniquely, with a strong emphasis on learning and missionary work. Irish monks, such as St. Columba and St. Columbanus, were instrumental in spreading Christianity to Scotland and continental Europe. They established monasteries that became centers of learning and spiritual renewal. The Irish monastic tradition was known for its rigorous asceticism and commitment to missionary activity. Cluniac and Cistercian reforms. The Cluniac reforms of the 10th century sought to restore strict adherence to the Benedictine rule, emphasizing the spiritual and liturgical life of monasteries. The Cluniac network of reformed monasteries played a significant role in revitalizing monasticism and promoting ecclesiastical reform. In the 12th century, the Cistercian order emerged, advocating for a return to manual labor and simplicity. The Cistercians, led by figures like Saint Bernard of Clairvaux, were influential in spreading Christianity through their austere lifestyle and agricultural innovations. Monastic contributions to education and culture. Monasteries were also crucial in preserving and transmitting classical knowledge. Monastic scriptoria were centers for copying and preserving manuscripts, including religious texts, classical literature, and scientific works. This preservation of knowledge was vital for the intellectual revival of the High Middle Ages, known as the Carolingian Renaissance, which laid the groundwork for the development of medieval scholasticism. Missionary activities. Missionary activities were a cornerstone of the Christianization of Europe. Missionaries often traveled great distances, facing considerable hardships, to bring Christianity to new regions. Their efforts were sometimes supported by political powers, but they also faced resistance and hostility. Early missionaries. The earliest missionaries, such as St. Paul, played a foundational role in spreading Christianity throughout the Roman Empire. Paul's missionary journeys, as recorded in the New Testament, were instrumental in establishing Christian communities in Asia Minor, Greece, and Rome. These early efforts laid the groundwork for later missionary endeavors. Anglo-Saxon missionaries. In the 6th and 7th centuries, Anglo-Saxon missionaries such as St. Augustine of Canterbury, sent by Pope Gregory the Great, played a significant role in converting the pagan Anglo-Saxons of England. Augustine's mission to Kent in 597 AD marked the beginning of the systematic Christianization of England. Other notable missionaries included St. Aidan, who evangelized Northumbria, and St. Boniface, who is often called the Apostle to the Germans for his work in the Frankish Empire and beyond. The spread to Scandinavia and Eastern Europe. The conversion of Scandinavia and Eastern Europe was achieved through a combination of missionary efforts and political alliances. Missionaries like St. Ansgar, known as the Apostle of the North, played a crucial role in the Christianization of Denmark and Sweden in the 9th century. In Eastern Europe, the Byzantine missionaries St. Cyril and St. Methodius, known as the Apostles to the Slavs, were instrumental in spreading Christianity to the Slavic peoples. They created the Glagolitic alphabet, which later evolved into the Cyrillic script, to translate the Bible and liturgical texts into the Slavic languages. Crusades and forced conversions. While most missionary work was peaceful, there were instances where conversion was enforced through military means. The Northern Crusades, for example, aimed at converting the pagan Baltic tribes through conquest. The Teutonic Knights, a military order, played a significant role in these efforts. While forced conversions were often met with resistance and rebellion, they ultimately resulted in the Christianization of these regions. Consolidation and cultural integration. The spread of Christianity in Europe was not just about religious conversion but also involved the integration of Christian beliefs into existing cultural practices and social structures. This process of acculturation was complex and multifaceted. Syncretism and local traditions. As Christianity spread, it often absorbed and adapted local traditions and customs. This syncretism helped make the new religion more acceptable to local populations. For example, many pagan festivals and practices were reinterpreted within a Christian framework. The celebration of Christmas on December 25 coincided with the Roman festival of Sol Invictus, and many customs associated with Easter have roots in pre-Christian spring festivals. Christianization of kingship and law. The Christianization of Europe also involved the transformation of political and legal structures. Kings and rulers who converted to Christianity often adopted Christian principles in their governance, which reinforced their legitimacy and authority. The Church played a significant role in the development of medieval legal systems, with canon law influencing secular law. Art and architecture. Christianity also left a lasting impact on European art and architecture. The construction of churches, cathedrals, and monasteries became major undertakings that shaped the landscape of medieval Europe. Romanesque and Gothic styles, characterized by their massive stone structures and intricate designs, reflected the religious fervor and artistic achievements of the period. Religious themes dominated medieval art, with illuminated manuscripts, frescoes, and sculptures depicting biblical scenes and saints. The spread of Christianity in Europe was a transformative process that reshaped the continent's religious, cultural, and political landscape. The conversion of Europe involved a complex interplay of missionary efforts, monastic contributions, and political dynamics. Monasticism played a crucial role in preserving knowledge and promoting Christian values, while missionaries traveled far and wide to spread the faith. The integration of Christianity into European culture was facilitated by the adaptation of local traditions and the influence of the Church on governance and law. This multifaceted process ultimately led to the establishment of a Christian Europe that would dominate the continent for centuries to come.